Hey everybody, it's me, Betty Confetti, and today we're going to talk about this trending thing on TikTok that many black people were angry about. So this girl says, I used to be afraid to admit this as a black person, but I'm not afraid anymore. I get very nervous and anxious when I'm around hood people. So a lot of people seen this and they were big mad. So they try to say she was anti-black and blah blah blah. I'll show you the videos and then I'll get back with my commentary.
So I'm about to say something, and a lot of y'all not gonna like it, but I don't care. A lot of y'all look for the smallest reason to cancel somebody and to make TikTok think pieces about what they're saying. When that woman said she was scared of the people from the hood or hood people, y'all know what she meant. She didn't mean that she's scared of everybody from the hood. She meant she's scared of certain hood people who come from the hood, who have certain views and engage in certain behaviors that's detrimental to the community. Certain criminal behaviors, certain closed-minded behaviors. Okay? But y'all want to make, oh, she's scared of all hood people. That's not what she meant, and you know it. And you know it. Let's keep it real. Majority of black women who are unalived and experience domestic violence, are at the hands of hood niggas. Just look up most of the cases. Hood niggas. That woman who was set up by her friends recently was set up by hood people. The other woman who was left a young lady who was found in the freezer, right? Was murdered by hood people. The girl who was attacked on vacation, those was hood people. The young woman who follows me, I made a post about in Harlem, right, where she was at a liquor store and the man that attacked her, one bit her. Those was hood men. Okay, y'all acting like y'all dance. She don't mean all hood people are scary. It's just ridiculous. As someone who grew up in the hood, been living in and out of the hood most of my life, I can say I'm afraid of hood people because they engage in certain behaviors and have certain views that are just terrible. I live in a nice neighborhood in Bensonhurst. Before this, I lived in Flatbush, and every single day I had to see crackheads. Every single day I worry about hood niggas on the block trying to talk to me, and when I don't give them time of day, be rude to me and say terrible things to me. One even wanted to physically assault me, but I'm a fighting bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all get me so mad. And let's not even talk about hood people.
Afraid to say this anymore. I don't like to hang around hood blacks. I'm not gonna give you a
Bro, she's not anti-black. That's her experience. She doesn't like hanging around hood people. Honestly, and can I be real? I don't either, okay? I don't enjoy that shit. Let me just say this. I hang around a diverse group of people. And when I did choose to have a group of hood friends, I'm not saying every hood person is like this, but they did not understand logic. It was scary. Like, we would get into a mini disagreement and automatically they want to fight. Or we be out like having fun and they'll like pick with people, like be rude to people and stuff like that and try to start with people. I don't know about y'all, but that's extremely dangerous. And then my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with a hood girl. So if it had been, a regular little we would have just got together, talked about it and stuff like that. Like, oh, he cheating on me, let's get his ass. This girl gets a gun, pulls up to the house and tries to kill me. That's why I don't mess with hood people.
Can we all stop pretending like hood people don't scare us? So I'm in Target the other day, right? Checking out. Lines out the door. I decided to get behind this lady with a cart full of stuff and her 5 kids. The whole time, she's checking out. She's screaming out her 5 kids. Jace, what the fuck? Brittany, bring your ass over here right now. I'm like, lady, hurry up. Hurry up. Jace walk up. He looked like, I'm gonna kill my mom. I'm like, okay. He scared the shit out of me because he looked like he would shoot some shit up. The other little girl, head shaved, talking about, we have to go get her lice medication. I'm like, okay. The whole time I knew all her kids' names by the end of her checkout. I only remember Jason Brittany though. Her and her friend that she was checking out was clearly on drugs. So I know my face was stank. So I'm staring at her and I'm like, you know what, ma'am, hurry up. And she turns and looks at me because I didn't know what she was gonna do. She turns and looks at me and she says, "Isn't this cute?" I go, "Mm-hmm." And she says, "Yeah, get it, $5." Y'all was scared. I was scared of her son. I was scared of her kids. I was scared of the little girl's life. I was scared of everybody. So yes, hood people scare us. Let's stop pretending.
But I worked in the hood. And when I tell y'all, that was one of the most miserable experiences of my entire life. You could not look at them wrong. They wanted to fight. You could so ignorant. It's just always negativity. They're always down to fight. They're always loud. They're always like, ew. Like, I'm so glad that Tampa is so segregated and I don't have to go on that side of town. And I know that sounds terrible, but like a lot of things I'm just so traumatized by. I do not get along with hood chicks at all. I could probably count 0.
Never befriend other women unless they have as much as you or more, or you're only asking.
And of course, being the spoiled kept wife that I am, he was like, okay, let's go. At this location, I read a lot about racist employees, but they didn't treat us like that at all. I don't know if it's because I walked in with a lot of Van Cleef on. Now trying to on people, girl, please. This ain't hard to achieve. You just found a colorist man. I could get a larger bed with a European man. Period, pool, pasta, and lobster. First of all, nobody in the real world talks like that. You will never get any type of high-value man to marry you or take you seriously talking like that. The most you'll get is a couple of dollars in a hotel room.
See, and Shaw the video proved my point about the commentary that's coming from the black folk in regard to this scared of the hood black folk conversation. Because, boy, it's coming from folk who don't even live in the hood, whose perception of it comes off of TV and the fact that they were suburban folk that, had to be around it or in it or something, whether it was work or from the outside looking in. And it's like, look at her attitude. Look how she acts. She thinks she better than folk. She thinks she better than them folk that's in the hood. And you don't think that them same folk in the hood can feel that energy and feel that vibe, feel that judgment coming from your fucking eyes when you look at them and when you act towards them. You think them women that you claim you can't be friends with don't peep that shit. But I bet when she get around them fucking white girls, mm, And what's wild about Shawty is, check this out. Shawty was a fucking stripper, bruh. Shawty was a dancer. That's what she came with the whole I used to work in the hood. She's out there shaking ass. What's crazy is now she come from a good parent. She got a father, came good suburban upbringing. Went out there, went to college. Probably I don't know where she went to college at, but clearly wanted to live some fast life, live out her hood girl dreams, and went to go be a goddamn stripper. Wanted to live, get a taste of that fast life, and then got saved. Got saved by an old head, probably from the strip club. And now that you saved, you think you a rich girly, and then you turn around with that same judgment, and then look down on the folk that sat there and put money in your pockets all them years when you was shaking ass, and you think you better than them women, and then or them folks, and then when you walk in them circles now, you sit there and cast judgment on them. You think them folk can't feel that shit, bruh. That's why you scared, cause you know you can't you can't you ain't trying to be in that world. You ain't trying to you know show them folk any type of humanity or respect. Like you showed them fucking white girls that she was at that table with, Kiki and Golly G with. And then turn around, you hate work, you hated being around hood folk. And I told y'all, but this is why I can't stand this fucking conversation. Because it's disingenuous, a bunch of cooning going on. Because she couldn't stand being around hood folk, but then took her ass, saw racist reviews at a Van Cleef store and still took her ass in there and spent money. And it was probably like, oh my God, ha 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 ha. but then turn around, walk in the hood or around black folk, and then you like, turning your nose up. It's because y'all feel uncomfortable in these environments because y'all so used to diddly daddling, kikiing, and code switching for the white folk and being fake. And then you come around black folk who have free expression and you know what I'm saying can be who they really are. You know, in spite of their circumstances or situations, but still can openly express themselves how you really want to, but you can't because you too busy diddly daddling and tap dancing for fucking white people. And you get around that and that shit makes you feel insecure about yourself around them folk because they can call it out and they can smell that shit on you, and that's why they treat you the way they do because you treat them the way you do because you think you better. And it's a lot of y'all that ain't never lived, ain't never been around folk like that unless it was your mama and y'all had to go to a family reunion and then y'all did it to your cousins, did it to your little nephews and your little nieces and shit. That's how y'all was acting, and y'all wonder why they always wanted to beat y'all up and stole y'all Pokemon cards. Y'all want to be so bad, want to be the rich auntie that come back and shit on everybody. All right. And then the comment she makes by saying no one in the real world. What's the real? So the hood ain't the real world, or is it just not the white world? Hmm. Interesting.
You guys see the video of people talking about how hood people scare them. I'm gonna add my 2 cents. A lot of the people are saying the same thing over and time again about how they feel about people in the hood and how they make them scared or how they make them feel anxious. And I'll say from my personal accounts, y'all, I'll be lying my ass off if I told you hood people did not scare me. And let me tell you the reasons why. So like I remember there was a time that it was a friend of mine and we wanted to get hair extensions, but if you got hair extensions from the suburb, it cost too much. And they weren't even half as good as where you could get them like in the inner city. So we went down to Camden because she lived in Collingswood. So we drove over, we parked the car, and we parked probably like maybe a block away from the store because the parking spaces were occupied. But to make a long story short, we're walking down the street. There's 3 fat girls, right? I don't got nothing against fat women, but that's what they are. Fat black women sitting on a stoop. And they look at us and keep in mind, we're fit. We're like 22, fit. She was like very statuesque, light skinned, pretty girl. I'm an average height, chocolate skin girl, but we're both really fit, young and cute. And we're getting the attention of the men. And the fat black girls on the stoop goes, I know these funky, stupid bitches did not. So that's one reason to be scared of hood people. You minding your business, and just because you're fit, that's a problem. There was a time when I was jogging down the street and hood bitches were talking about me. What the fuck is she jogging for? Who the fuck does she think she is? Or if you're in everyday situations and you're like in Target and you're maybe working a 9 to 5, and this happened to me too. And if something goes wrong with an order, or if something goes wrong, okay, I live in Georgia now and I was working in College Park. A woman's order went wrong for whatever the reason was. She went off on me. What the fuck is this? Why is my food not complete? Blah, blah, blah. So you be even to, it gets to the point where like when you work with hood people or if you have them as customers, if something goes wrong, you might not want to tell them. Like I seen one person like the food fell on the floor or something went wrong and they're so nervous about people being from the hood and being so nasty to them that they just don't say nothing to them. They tried to put the food back on the plate and serve it to them. And I said, no, don't do that. But imagine if I wasn't there, what would have happened? You know what I mean? And then it's like other instances where you try to talk to someone hood about something and like have a debate and they want to fight you. Or they want to sit there and talk about how you think you're this and you're that and kind of want to like end your fucking life. Like it's scary. Like if you don't agree, like hood people, I don't think they realize how abrasive they are. And then for some people to pretend, other black people to pretend that this is not a problem, that speaks volumes. Like we can't critique other black people. This is an issue. Hood people scare people outside of our community. They're the reason why people are scared of black people, not people like me and the people in these videos that's talking about the issues that we have in our community with, behavior. It's the hood people. They're always hollering, they're always screaming, they're always starting something. Like there's a video on TikTok of this fat black woman yelling at a white girl, calling her a white bitch because she messed up on her hair. Something really small. It wasn't even like a big mess up, like where her hair would fall out or a dye job going wrong. It was just something minuscule, something innocuous as that. She started going off. And hood people go off about innocuous things. It's frightening. You just don't want to really deal with them. So you kind of just act like you don't hear them. I remember one time I was walking with a friend and I'm talking to him about something that I had going on, and the hood dude interrupts and get in our conversation and start talking to me. Now keep in mind, he's just my friend, but he could have been my boyfriend. They don't know our relationship, and you just butt in our conversation. Like, are you trying to test his gangster? Like, hood people do so much, and I feel like a lot of black people do give excuses for their misbehavior and just like, oh, they're from the hood, they don't know anybody. They don't, but they don't also want to learn. Well, this is my experiences with hood people. And also, like, I remember, like, growing up, my cousins did not like me because I grew up in a suburb and they grew up in the hood. But I still like to meet them and hang out with them, but they didn't like me. So even if you're someone different, like you're from a suburb or whatever, or something they feel like is better than where they live, they don't like you for that. They don't like you if you have a better job. They don't like you if you look good. They don't like you if you're fit. They don't like you if you don't have any kids, because a lot of them in the hood have kids. They don't like anyone that it's like crabs in the barrel. If you're not on the fucked up level that I'm on, then I'm not happy for you. I don't want to be around you. They just want to surround themselves with misery. And this is specifically hood chicks. Hood dudes are on another level. Like, I remember at the club, there was a hood dude that I used to come in. I did not like him because all he did was fucking yell. That's the problem too, the yelling. Instead of handling your business like a human being and just like, okay, I'm gonna gather my composure, we're gonna do this, there is no reasoning. Everything's screaming and hollering. That doesn't solve anything, and it makes people not want to be around you. And that's what the hood dude used to do at the bar. He would come in and just scream and holler, and they got to a point where they didn't even want him in, and he talking about it's because he's black. No, you disturb the peace. You are a menace. You are annoying. You are daft. You are just not, you fuck up the vibes in the bar. But I don't know. What else do you guys have to say? Because hood people do that thing also when you walk by and laugh at you, or if you make eye contact with them, they're going to be scrunching up their face. What the fuck are you looking at? It's not inviting. The hood is not inviting. The people who work in the hood, like, there's not many black businesses, but when there is, and I talk to them, they say the same thing. The people are not inviting. They're mean. Or if you talk to the Korean owners or the people that have the liquor stores, there's always a fight. There's always someone disrespecting your property, and it's just too much. I don't know when we will wake up and be like, hey, this is an issue, and let's propose this solution and try to work on it. But until we do that and stop saying, oh, well, you're talking about all black people in the hood. We're not. But the ones that stand out are the ones that are loud and nasty and yell and scare people. They are scaring people. And it's a big stereotype in our community, and I want it to stop. But I don't know when it will. But you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. I don't think this is all of our people, but this is the people that stand out and people judge us on. Because we know as black people, we do not get the gift of individuality. Because if one of us did it, we all did it. And these are the people that are making us look bad. All right, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for listening to my little rant about this topic. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Bye.